This message is especially for those who have been walking the spiritual path, doing the affirmations, cleansing their energy, raising their vibration, and yet still feel blocked, confused, or like something deeper is stirring beneath the surface. You're not alone in that. Today, we're going beyond surface spirituality and stepping into something that's really talked about openly, but deeply necessary for true healing and transformation. When raising your vibration isn't enough, because shadow integration is what completes the process. Yes, raising your vibration does work. It opens channels, it expands awareness, it attracts aligned frequencies. But if it's not paired with radical honesty, soul-level reflection, and emotional courage, you might unintentionally bypass the deeper work your soul is actually calling for. Because healing isn't just about reaching for the light. It's about becoming whole from the inside out. Let's take a moment to really look at this. Raising your vibration is absolutely transformative. It softens the nervous system, uplifts your frequency, expands your perception of reality. It opens energetic portals and invites synchronicity into your life. But here's what most people don't expect or aren't taught. Raising your vibration doesn't erase darkness. It illuminates it. When your frequency rises, it acts like a spiritual spotlight. And that light begins to shine into all corners of your subconscious, places where old patterns, unhealed wounds, suppressed emotions have been quietly hiding. You might start to notice thoughts that no longer resonate but still repeat. Childhood or ancestral traumas that rise out of nowhere. Toxic reactions that trigger you out of nowhere. Resistance to love, peace, or stillness, even though it's what you really want. This isn't a spiritual setback. This is the next step forward. Because the moment we stop spiritualizing our avoidance and start integrating what we've been afraid to feel is the moment real transformation begins. Ascension is not an escape. It's an embodiment, a return to wholeness. Let's use a metaphor. Imagine standing in a dark room with furniture scattered everywhere. At first, you can't see the mess, so nothing feels out of place. But then someone turns on a bright light. Suddenly, you see it all. The dust, the clutter, the broken pieces in the corner. That's what happens when you raise your vibration. The higher your frequency, the more visible your energetic distortions become. Not because you're doing something wrong, but because your system is finally strong enough to see what's ready to be healed. This process might look like tower moments that shake your foundation, emotional purges that make no sense logically, or old relationships dissolving overnight, truths surfacing that can't be ignored. But remember this, when the light gets stronger, what's hidden in the dark has no choice but to be revealed. And it's not chaos, it's clarity. It's your soul's way of saying, now is the time. Here's the deeper truth. Shadow work is not low vibration. It's sacred liberation. What do I mean? It's the part of the journey where masks fall away and illusions collapse. When fear, jealousy, grief, or guilt start to arise, it doesn't mean that you've fallen behind spiritually. It means something meaningful is knocking at your door of your awareness, asking to be felt by you, to be heard, and to be transformed. This is where real soul alchemy begins. Not by suppressing, not bypassing with fake positivity, and not forcing light where there's pain, but transmuting pain into power with your presence. Actually, Hermetic law reminds us, through the principle of polarity of this, that all truths exist in contrast, and within every shadow lies dormant a seed of light, waiting for your conscious breath to awaken it. So when you stop judging your darkness and start integrating it with love, that's when the soul becomes sovereign. Okay, so how can you begin this sacred integration without lowering your frequency? I'm going to give you 3 foundational practices that you can begin now to help support this process. Number 1, try feeling your emotions without identity attachments. So what do I mean by this? Of course, your emotions are valid and there's always something to learn from and grow from, but emotions are also visitors. They're not necessarily your identity. So when anger, sadness, or shame arises, instead of saying things like, I'm so broken or I'm off the path, try saying things like, I'm witnessing a pattern rise. There's something in this for me to observe, to learn from, and to honor. Not necessarily something to become stuck in. And that's one way you can utilize emotional mastery in action. Number 2, speak truth, not perfection. The vibration of truth is far more powerful than forced perfection. So say what's real, speak from your gut, even when it shakes your voice, because truth can be felt and it's also light. And even when it's uncomfortable, it has the ability to set your energy free. And number 3, create safe containers for your whole self. And this can be done through journaling, ritual practices, prayer, or getting involved in a trusted community, creating these spaces that you can be all of you. Not just the polished, aligned, peaceful self, but the parts that are still learning, still aching, still growing, still unraveling shadow aspects of yourself. Doing this helps you integrate your shadows and express yourself even more, which is essentially alchemy in action. Ultimately, here's the message I want to anchor in today. There is no light without shadow, and no true ascension without integration. You are not here to perfect yourself. You are here to reclaim yourself, fully and without apology. So yes, keep raising your vibration, cleanse your space, align with your purpose, stay connected to your source. But when something old rises again, when discomfort knocks on your door, and when a pattern resurfaces, don't avoid it, answer it. And let the high frequencies become a healing lens, not a wall of denial. This is when healing becomes embodied. This is when consciousness becomes power. And this is when your soul becomes whole. Thank you so much for tuning in today. I truly appreciate each and every one of you. And if this message resonated with you, make sure to like, share, and subscribe. And drop a comment below to share your reflections. Believe it or not, your voice does add to the collective. Also, if you're interested in becoming a premium member, booking a private session, attending one of my events, or checking out the metaphysical shop, just head over to natashanal.com. Okay, so before we close, I do want to leave you with a soul reflective question, which is, what patterns began surfacing once your healing journey really started? And take your time with this one. Journal it, sit with it, and most importantly, remember, real transformation begins from the inside out. Until next time, everyone, have a blessed day, and I'll see you in the next video.